All right, here we go. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. I'm trying to find my hat and my glasses. Give me a second. Hat and glasses. All right. Nothing as it seems. Nothing is as it seems. Nobody in my house is feeling good. So, you know how that goes already. Everybody is under the weather. Shout out to everybody tuning in this morning. Let's do it the official way. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people them who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the garbage truck drivers, very essential. Shout out to all the people in the medical field, very essential. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Big up on yourself. Vicky Victory says maybe because you still wearing your mask. Because you still wearing your mask. We don't wear mask. We came off mask thing a long time ago. Um, at this point, it's just let the immune system do what the immune system does. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life under a mask, right? So everybody is doing. I mean, everybody is under the weather. You know, I think people forgot that this stuff happens, like especially at this time of the year. For instance, the weather in Florida, we call it bipolar because the weather was throwing out numbers like it's the lottery, right? One day you woke up and it was what 56. Like, damn, it's cold. 56 is cold for us. So we wake up and it's like 56. And it goes 56 for about 2 days. And then you wake up the next day. Matter of fact, it's 56 in the morning. And by afternoon come, it's like 84 degrees. And then we had a whole week almost that just went by. 4 days out of the week, it was in the 90s. And then it dipped back into the 60s and the 70s. So, you know, dealing with that, the weather change, flip flopping, it happens every single year at this time of the year. The pollen is heavy outside right now. Everybody here who has allergy issues, all you see is red eyes, watery, runny nose. You go to the grocery store or to the pharmacy, all the allergy medications and stuff, all that stuff is off the shelf. Like they're big empty slots in it. So people still on that, oh, you have corona, you think you have the something, like chill. There are other things that existed before that and they still exist, you know? So we're not doing the scare thing, but some people ain't feeling too good right now. I think Shakira Spears not feeling too good. Myself wasn't feeling too good. I still got up and went to the gym yesterday, did a good workout, and I still feel I feel good. I think I feel better than everybody else, you know, because I have that fighting thing. Like you got to get outside and get some sun and get some fresh air and that kind of stuff. Not just lay down all day in the bed and keep circulating the same action, sneeze, blow it back in, pull it back in, action, sneeze, suck it back in, you know, in the same room. Get outside, get some sunshine, move around, circulation, turn up, that kind of stuff. So I feel kind of better still. And that's where we're at with it. My other kids, they feel like one is down, he's in bed. Nika's losing her voice. Her mom told me last night she's losing her voice and that kind of stuff. Kai was burning up like yesterday or day before yesterday. And by yesterday afternoon, Kai was like the healthiest person in the house, running around, the most energy, no runny nose, no temperature, no sign of anything. And he woke up this morning looking and feeling fine as well. Poor Milani, she's going through it. So that's where we're at, man. But the show must go on, right? And and that's what it is. If things get any worse, though, you won't see me because you know some things come first over other things. Just a tingle. Yes, that fresh makes a big difference. The fresh air, right? Because back home, what we would do is we would open up the windows, open all the windows to the house and make fresh breeze roll through the house, and whatever you in there coughing and sneezing, that goes out. But when we move come foreign, we take on foreign people lifestyle. We lock up all our window them and we lock up all our doors, and we turn on AC, and we lay down in a house, and we wrap up, and we in there sucking in the same air that we're breathing out. You blow it out, you suck it back in, like, so you got to remember certain things. Yeah, it's important to stick to your roots too. That's because that's those kind of things will come up. The way you eat, stick to your roots. The way you live, stick to your roots. Like them all remedy that granny would have open up the window them and make fresh breeze roll through the house, right? Shout out to the hustler them. Audience, shout out to the hustler them. Shout out to the hustlers them. I don't know where you're hustling, but make sure it's not nothing that's gonna land you in the United States of America prison or anybody's prison for that matter for any extended period of time or even for a day. So I got some lemon. This is lime, but my lime them been sitting on the counter so long they turn yellow, looking like lemons in some warm water. And then over here in my Army Yeti, I have Gatorade. You know, staying hydrated. That's, and that's that. I don't have an appetite. I ate one meal yesterday, which is one braised chicken breast and some greens, and that's it. Don't have an appetite, but may I eat still. See? All right, we got a couple of things to talk about this morning. That's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting. Our three major topics this morning. Um, so there's this Jamaican youth that was wanted for murder in Nashville, Tennessee, of all places, Nashville, Tennessee, and he apparently was trying to make his way to Jamaica because they caught him in Fort Lauderdale at the airport as he was getting ready to board a plane, right? And they had been tracking him the whole time. So they tracked him where he flew from to where. It never have too much sense. I guess he thought that it would work in his favor. It was worth a try. That wasn't the link though. He never have the proper link. If he did have the proper link, he wouldn't have been on a plane. You know, and would have. I'm not telling nobody how to get out of here if you do anything wrong and you have to move. I'm just saying, some people have a exit plan and yeah, but that wasn't the proper move. But them holding my airport in Fort Lauderdale. We're gonna talk about his case because there's more details to it than that. Very interesting. Somebody said yesterday, SouFLo, I hold you accountable and I need you to finish this up. Revisit the story because you said that Will Smith's slap and was fake and the whole situation with Chris Rock is fake. Revisit the story because now he is resigned from the academy. He was banned from the academy for 10 years. And all these different things that are happening, do you think he would have risked all this now? So now do you believe that it's really real? All right, I'm revisiting the story this morning. Nothing has changed about what I think. I still think it's fake. I'll tell you that straight off the bat before we get into the details. But it's some interesting stuff that's happening, though, right? So we're going to talk about that a little bit. All right. And the OnlyFans model, Courtney Taylor, that killed her boyfriend, let's put it this way. The white OnlyFans female model, Courtney Taylor, that killed her black boyfriend, Abumseli is his name, and Chris Abumseli. And she's not arrested. She's walking around free. So it was a domestic dispute, boyfriend and girlfriend that lived together in a luxury high rise in Miami. And altercation happened between them, I guess. And one person ended up dead. Who ended up dead was Chris, the black dude. All right. His white woman, love of his life, female. Very interesting story, especially what has been unearthed, what has been uncovered about, everybody was riding shotgun first and saying, yo, this is wrong, all this, but they pulled up some stuff. His activities online, basically, that has black women basically backed out and they're now like, well, you're on your own with Becky. I mean, my condolences to your family, but mm, this ain't our business. We're staying out of it. So Rose and RN, big up yourself. See, Rose and RN already jumped in and says, I don't care. He didn't like black women. So what, like, on to the next one. We're gonna get into all that this morning. Big up Eat Good TV. Shout out to Eat Good TV and all the people who do go over to Eat Good TV and hit that subscribe button. Keep on doing that for me all week, please. At the end of the week, which is Friday morning, live on SouFLoTV right here on our Morning Thoughts show, I will tell you who the next winner of the next $100 giveaway is. It's just $100. You know, shoot it to your Cash App or shoot it to your PayPal. I have both of those. Or I will Western Union it to you if you're in another country or whatever else. And don't worry, I'll make sure that you get the full 100. You know, when some people send you 100, but they take out all these fees, and by the time you get it at like 80 something dollar, I won't do that. I'll make sure you get the full 100. Okay. So go over to Eat Good TV, hit the subscribe button, leave a little SouFLoTV sent you. You don't even have to leave a little SouFLoTV sent you, but I suggest that you do. I recognize some of you by the name over there already because you're here all the time, which manners and respect, and big up to you for that. When you come to class so often, you are present all the time that the teacher knows you wherever you go. Big things. Not saying that I'm the teacher, I'm just saying. All right. And for those who are offended that I sips my tea, you're going to be even more offended because I'm trying to stay hydrated and I'm trying to stay healthy. All right. So let's big up some people this morning and get into the show. Oh, you can't win any money giveaway if you do not have your name in green. So you can look at it like this. Every week you play the lottery. I know I do. I play the lottery every week. I invest a little $10 every week and I buy what's called a $10 pack. And a $10 pack allows you to buy one ticket for each lottery that is being played, right? So I think it's like five different lottery, like Fantasy Five, the this, the that, the other. Fantasy Five was like 220 something million dollars like last week. So to spend $2 to have one ticket, to have one chance, that's a no-brainer, right? If I lose, I lose. I lose $2. I could find 4 quarters in my car seat, in my house, in the couch, somewhere like that. It's not a big deal. So it's the same. I look at it the same way. Get your membership, and then you're eligible. And then your $9.99 could roll over into $100. Your $9.99 eventually will be able to roll over into $500, $1,000 when we get there and start doing those giveaways, right? All right. So from the top, Asserin Odetta, first one in the building this morning. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you greatly. Seymour Bennett, I appreciate you greatly, man. Thank you so much for being here. Great goodies. Thank you. Vicky Victory is here. Audrey Wright's in the building. Gonna renew my green after the show. Seymour Bennett. Yeah, Seymour, that's why I said thank you so much. I appreciate you. I already know your flex fam. All right, Roxy21, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Audrey Minor, Carrie Ann Jones is in the building. Lisa Stevens is in the building. Pussy Galore is in the building. Don't ask me why. It just the name just makes me laugh. Pussy Galore is in the building. Jet Shelley, good morning. Sean Castle is here. Danya Casada is in the building this morning. Good morning, SouFLo and family. Up, up, up. Rosalind Michael is in the building this morning. Rosalind, I don't know. Every time Mrs. Michael, Darren just remind me of some mad cousin when I have a Clarendon. The Michael them, they don't play. They some nice jovial people, but they don't play. Rosalind Michael, big up yourself. Darren Brannon, big up yourself. Andrea Shervis is in the building this morning. June O'Brien is also here. Thank you for being here. Lord, what? You're late on the broadcast, bro. Pick up same way. Bless up and good morning, my people. Okay. Lord Dark One is a rule of thumb now. Okay. When y'all gonna set too much as far as how the show should go, at least make sure that you have your green. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna blast it this morning. I'm just saying. And thank you for being here. Darling Walter Riley is in the building this morning. Angel of Mine is here. Sophie J26 is in the building this morning. Prillis123. Marcia Walters is here. Nikki B is here. Vanessa is here. Thank you for being here. Lisa Marie Chinking is in the building this morning. Mr. Article Dan Daya. Lisa Watkins is here. Purple Royal King Biggs. Morning fam. Mervyn Kerr is in the building. Senior Sexy. Wayne Nathan and Guava 876. Guava 876. My grandfather used to carry a guava bush, you know, and we used to fight for who get to go next. We also used to fight over his coffee cup and who get to drain the coffee cup. Because a man we used to put sugar in him coffee, but he didn't mix it. Him just drop the sugar in and him drink it till it get to the bottom and him leave it. So all that sugar settle at the bottom and you get the cup, you just mix up the cup like this and it's sweet like syrup at the bottom. Little picnic thing. But shout out to my grandfather in a Clarendon, Dessa. Mas Creepy, big up yourself. All right. Candice on the beat. Thank you for being here this morning. Bromo Wrights in the building. Many blessings to you and your lovely family, SouFlo. Also to the very energetic audience. Up, 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 and all the way up. Marilyn Grant is here this morning. Anita Kanan is here. And Vicky Victory. Big up yourself, Vicky Victory. Karen Notice is here. And Brendan Newton Francis is in the building. Solar J819, hot and spicy there. Lulu Ridges, Darlene Walter Riley, Janet Doreen Barnes, and Elaine Bent is here this morning, along with Sharon. Big up yourself. You know we can't spend all morning bigging up people, right? So it's mostly the first ones that enter the building usually catch the big up them, the first 10 or so people, and then we go right into the show. All right. So I usually say, start off, you tell me where to start. But I could start off and get this out the way first. Sometimes we have to just direct because it's going to get mixed up and I'm going to get mixed up. So let's start off with this youth. Wanted homicide suspect, Brandon. Listen to this. Brandon Swaby, right, is 20 years old. And he was arrested this morning or yesterday morning at the Fort Lauderdale, Florida airport. He was attempting to fly home to Jamaica. First of all, let me tell you something. Fort Lauderdale is kind of synonymous and Miami is kind of synonymous with wanting to get to Jamaica. So not that I'm trying to tell anybody who is into criminal activities that, yo, brother, when it's time for your escape, don't go Fort Lauderdale and Miami because this is where the man look for catch you at if you are a Jamaican or of Jamaican background, heritage, whatever, right? That's the first two places they put people at Fort Lauderdale and Miami International. That's a known given. That's why I said this brother, you know, when you're young and you really don't know, but you think you know. At 20 years old, you're the kind of person that probably nobody can tell you nothing. If most of us remember how we were at 20, you felt like you knew everything, right? Better and did stay up and did try the boat. So Jay, like that me I try to tell him and say he shouldn't have been on no plane. If him did know the Schweppes, him wouldn't have been on no plane. Okay? He would have been on the waters. But and then the way how they tracked him too, he really thought he was gonna get away, you know. He really thought, and one other person got away last year, late last year when we covered the story on that brother. He's in Jamaica still. He got away. He beat them to it because he left like the same day. His incident happened Monday. He was gone Monday. By Tuesday, they got word that he was seen in Fort Lauderdale and on Jersey. I think his thing happened Tuesday, Wednesday. They got note that he was seen in Fort Lauderdale. So they're suspecting that he's trying to make it to Jamaica. And then people link with and say, SouFlo, him down here. We see him. He's in Jamaica. He already on the island, right? So he moved quick. He moved quick. By the time they figured it out, he was gone. But this at Utah, it might take days. He's traveling across the U.S. He's taking flights. And Nashville arrest warrant charges Swaby with criminal homicide in Tuesday's murder of Christopher Brandon McCabe, who's 22 years old, on Dawson Pike near the BNA entrance, which is the airport. Right near the airport entrance, him killed the youth, you know. And this murder warrant has been issued. Swaby will be held at the Broward County. You have whole heap of Jamaican down there for mingle with. He will be held at the Broward County Jail pending his return to Nashville Tennessee. Now, he went and killed a little white boy, a little country white boy that grew out his little beard, and they rolled the front of their kicker hat like this, and chew a little bit of tobacco and listen to good old country music about dirt roads. He went and killed one of those in Tennessee. Mm, well, I can tell you something now. First of all, let me say this. There is no state south of the border or south of the United States of America map that I have not been. None. You can't name any that I haven't been. And I'm not talking about just fly through, been, right? I can pretty much tell you the culture within each one of them. I gauge. On the surface, all the stereotypes that you might have heard of, you won't see them anymore. It's different times now, right? It's crazy because you go there and you see like biracial families, and you see people out dining together, and black people with, we call them shit kicker boots and big 10-gallon hats on and stuff like that, and black guys riding horses and talking with a twang and all that, and you're like, wow, this is that. But it's a culture within a culture of itself, right? It's like you're just that part of that. Them are gonna fry him. He's not. He's done. He's done. Especially the circumstances under which his whole situation went down. He's done, right? So if he was so big and bad, why was he running away? Well, you don't want to go. you don't want Jimmy and Bobby, get to you. They gonna get her done. Yeah, they gonna get him done. So Swaby traveled to Atlanta at some point after the homicide. He flew from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale, where he was taken. He drove from Nashville to Atlanta. He took a plane and flew from Atlanta into Florida. And then he was taken into custody as he was trying to board the plane, leaving from Fort Lauderdale to Jamaica. And it says right here that he was trying to make it home. He was trying to make it home. And you notice they call Jamaica his home. Now, the situation that happened behind his incident was the Dodge Charger and a BMW. So the investigation being led by Detective Mariah Isles shows that McCabe, which is the dude that he killed, made an arrangement through Facebook Marketplace on Monday to trade his BMW, so his BMW sedan, for Swaby, who is the Jamaican dude. Swaby had a Dodge Charger. The white dude wanted to trade. And you can do that. People do that all the time. They trade their vehicles, right? If it's for even value. So he wanted the Dodge, he wanted a trade. He advertised his BMW. The white dude advertised his BMW for a trade. And Swaby took up the offer and said he was going to change his Dodge, give him the Dodge Charger, take the BMW. On Tuesday evening, after the trade, the BMW broke down on the highway with the Jamaican dude in it. McCabe drove to Donaldson Pike in a relative SUV. Brandon Swaby is 20. He's the Jamaican. McCabe, the BMW broke down. He drove to the in a relative SUV and reportedly got into a talk with the Jamaican dude about the vehicle, which that talk ended up turning into him pulling out a gun and shooting the dude. Shot him inside the SUV, and he had other people, two males and a female, that were also in the SUV with him. And when he shot him, the other three persons skedaddled. They ran. They took off, left the SUV. He tries to drive away and crashes into a guardrail. I don't know if he was frightened after realizing what he did and couldn't escape no more, Like, you know, sometimes you really don't think. You let your ego self get the better of you. On to that boy. I try me. Yeah, hey yo, you bye. Oh, slumped him. He tried to run and couldn't. He crashed the vehicle. He jumped out of the vehicle and made his way all the way to Fort Lauderdale, as you can see, and got caught. Well, good luck to him because it's gonna be rough, especially doing prison in Tennessee, right? Peter Tosh's son, Peter Tosh's son that got caught with the marijuana. It was in one of those southern states, I believe it was. Not believe, I'm pretty sure it was. And one of those crazies, hell, crazies, kind of rebel flag flying, cracking that whip. That's why they call me a cracker. I'm proud. That's my heritage. Beat his brains in, and he passed away. So yeah, major panic in Soji. He did it, and then he panicked. He didn't think it through. But I'm still confused about the details. The BMW broke down, but the BMW belonged to the white dude. So Swibby had the BMW. I guess he probably wanted his charger back, right? He probably wanted his charger back, and he told him, "Bring my charger because your BMW is no good. It broke down." But instead of bringing the charger, he showed up in a family SUV with other family members in it or other people with him in it, and an argument ensued. Dude's probably telling him, "The trade already made, bro. I'm not changing. I'm not bringing it back." You know, and him probably feel like, "Yo, you duped me. You took my good charger that I probably invested my time and money and fix up my thing. Cause you know, we stay already. We be some Jamaican, you know, them got extra with them car, you know. They under the hood, they know what's going on. Them fix up them thing, them invest them little money, them put in this, them soup up that, charge up this, and it's a charger, a Dodge Charger. They didn't say what year the charger was or anything. It was just, or what year the BMW was, but I don't think he thought it was a fair trade, especially since the Bima broke down the day after you, me and you made a trade. It's like you duped me, you know, you duped me. It kind of like remind me of the whole Jack Ure situation. Still, you know, some people say SouFLo. Nobody is willing to talk about the fact that if the man never do Jack Ure the way him like tried to rob him, none of what happened would have happened. You know, one thing we can say about Jack Ure is that he stands on his word because the whole time Cure was there talking on the phone, you know, he must have been thinking about the consequences, but he made up his mind that. I have some people that are like that. Some people are like that. Some people will tell it to your face, like, I would me will do the rest of my life in a prison for you. As a God, may I chop you up out here today. Touch it and see. When you hear them talk like that, don't touch it. Just go about your business and go about your business faster. Okay? Don't sit there and think, is everybody just bluff, right? Now, whether Cure handled it the wrong way, which we already said he did, a man of his stature should have gotten an attorney, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, some people stand on their principle, right? And you're not going to violate me like that. And I will make an example out of you and I will pay the consequences. Yes, it's not the right thing to do, but this situation kind of reminded me of that. I would feel duped if I gave away my good vehicle for a broke down vehicle and you tweak the vehicle. Car salesmen do it all the time. Mechanics do it all the time. Them tweak your vehicle a little bit so you have to come back in about 2 weeks because something else wrong now, just to keep you as a regular customer, just to keep money in their pockets. You know, people do it all the time. They tweak the vehicle a little bit, barely fix something or so, but they're not putting all the right money into it to get it properly fixed so you don't have that problem again. And before you know it, you're out of your good vehicle and this person that drive around in your nice vehicle that you soup up and you have him all broke, leaving you on the highway, and he's telling you, "Oh, we can't, nah, not no trade back, bro. No trade back. You have it. You have it. Keep it. Not everybody bluff, but for him, he will find out what doing time in one of those states. What the states call again? Below the Macon Dixie County line or something like that. He'll find out what rebel states we call them. He'll find out what doing time in one of them rebel states is gonna be like. Good luck to him. I don't know how much time the more give him. It's murder. He might never be coming out. We gotta think, man. We gotta think. Worse. He is Jamaican. It's not like he was raised in the U.S. From Jamaican heritage, parentage, but seasoned into the culture. He's Jamaican. So, boy, when them hold him in there, good luck to him anyway, yeah, man. Good luck to him. It ain't gonna be pretty for him. Yeah, him just fling away. He just threw away his life. He just threw away his life over a car. That's why sometimes it's just good to and remember I said this yesterday, the way the world is running is best to just stay by yourself nowadays because everybody is out to get something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is out to dupe you for something. Everybody is out to trick you, try to figure out how they could get as much of whatever they could get out of you before they move to a next person who they can do the same to. That's just the kind of world we living in. Sometimes it's best for just stay by yourself, yeah, man. Enjoy what you work hard for and what you have. If you see a nice bimmer over there, but you have a charger, just look on the bimmer and say it nice and, wish them well on their way. Don't, if me no want it, I'm not trading my charger for it, nothing. Matter of fact, me don't even look on people things. Me no want nothing when nobody have. Nothing. I see fancy cars pull up on me, look the next way. I train myself to look the next way. I don't want to see nothing that nobody have. Me not trade nothing with nobody. I try to stay by myself, my friend. Busybody out here. Let's trade this. Let's trade this for that. And nah. And I've seen this happen too often. Like people go to trade stuff and end up dead. People go to buy stuff that's advertised on Facebook Marketplace and end up dead or end up trying to rob the person who came to buy from them and now they're in prison because all them something that. But like I said, when you young and you full of energy and you just think the world, I got this figured out. It ain't a friendly world out here. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out. Pooh Shiesty tells exactly. And on Hot Topics TV, I covered the Pooh Shiesty story exactly. And his was about what? Designer sneakers, right? Some designer sneakers. So them kind of something that, man, just be about your own. Me don't want nothing when nobody have. Cause look on this youth life now. Of all the places. And you know what's funny is where he's at now that he knows that he's going to prison, where he's at now, he probably wants to be there. Like, God, please don't send me back to Nashville. He probably wants to be in Fort Lauderdale, because I'm in a Fort Lauderdale where I'm seeing a whole heap of people will look like him inside of where he's locked up at. And he's like, yeah, I could do my time here. But when it gets whiter and whiter, and you're the only fly in the buttermilk, and you keep going south and into the darkness, boy, good luck to you. He flew this morning from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale and then tried to board the plane to Jamaica, where U.S. Customs Border Protection agents, with assistance from their federal partners, nabbed him. So Jamaica again, my youth, no time soon. Your story will have to play out decades from now. Wish you all the best. 20 years old, too. Life ain't even start yet, huh? Life ain't even start yet. At 20 years old, you're still a baby. Remember, the frontal lobe of the brain is not fully developed until at least 25 years old. That means you could find a 25-year-old whose frontal lobe still isn't fully developed. Sutures still aren't fully mended. The brain still developing. That's why the old people them tell us, oh, you a baby. You like, oh, granny, I call baby. Me a 23. Me a big man. No, you a baby. Science says that your frontal lobe, which controls higher thinking and higher decision making, is not fully developed yet. You're prone to make mistakes that other people older than you will think about and not do. You are prone to be impulsive. You are prone to not think before you act. And you are actually in the stage that they call you're self-centered, you're selfish, it's all about you, that's where you're at, and you can't expect anything else from somebody at that's where you at. That's where you're at scientifically, right? So, uh, good luck to him, yeah, man. Anyway, as we say our good lucks, BMWs are known to break down luxury and performance. Lexus is for both those and is both of those and reliability. Mm, yeah, I'm learning about German vehicles. Right now, I'm going on my mechanic there. I be a German vehicle around there. It look like a German graveyard. Because but all I see when I pull in is BMWs, Mercedes Benz, like everywhere. BMWs, Mercedes Benz, a sea of them. And given what's happening with from Corona to the war over so where Russia licked down them people and mash up the place and thing, and the supply lines have been hurt. People can't get their parts in. So now you're waiting 2 months for a little parts to come in, and then one little something so can't move your vehicle have to park up for how long and all this. My vehicle is over there right now. But it's just to put an ignition switch in. Yeah. To do the AC for my vehicle. That was a whole nother madness. So I want to get from that and get back to like an American vehicle that I could take to pretty much any mechanic in the US and be okay with it. Some study says males, not all, 21 to 25, some sort of psychological thing are going with them, some kind of schizophrenia vibes. I don't know about that. What I know about Ken Prosper, I don't know about that, but what I do know about is that mental issues onset, the time frame for mental issues onset is in your 30s. I mean, you're sorry, not your 30s. It's in your mid 20s to your early 30s. So it's between the ages of, I believe, 25 to 30 that if somebody is going to be schizophrenic or have other type of mental issues going on, it's going to manifest itself around that period right there. Now you might see it earlier in some people, you might see it later in some people, but the onset period is around that time, right? That's all. And again, I don't know, Kaiser University, mental health, human psychology, and abnormal psychology. I just studied those. That's all. So I just get that from Dessa, that information, and that's where I got that from. Anyhow, so in other words, watch your family members, watch your young people coming up, watch when they start hitting it's 18 to 25, 18 to 25. Uh, fully manifested, I believe it's 25 to 30. 18 to 25, you might see stuff happening. But all right, so moving right along. What does Will Smith 10-year ban from the Oscar ceremony? Let's talk about this a little bit because somebody over here has said, SouFlo, it was real. Listen, let me explain to you again one more time. The slap might have been real. Yes, it's a real slap. The agenda with the slap, was he angry? Was he going to fight Chris Rock? Was the slap coming from that? No, I think all that stuff was orchestrated, right? I think all that was orchestrated. Anyhow, new things are happening behind the scenes. Chris Rock is saying now that he is not speaking about it until he gets paid. He's not speaking about it until he gets paid. Hmm. Exactly. Put together. Exactly. Now, last night before I went to bed, I believe it was TMZ or something says Chris Rock has hired a high-powered lawyer team for the whole Will Smith thing, just in case. Because Chris Rock already said he's not going to press any charges and he is not suing or anything. So now they're saying he's hired a lawyer team and all this other stuff. He made a joke day before yesterday, I believe it was, or yesterday, that says, I finally got my hearing back after 2 weeks. Hey, once you put your hands on somebody, whether it's playing or not, now keep in mind that I don't believe that it's real. I believe it's all still a facade. And I told y'all from the beginning that they're going to milk it for as much as they can milk it for, and somebody has to pay. Like it's a sacrifice. Somebody had to be sacrificed for this, right? I don't know if you ever listened to Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin said none of them will escape unscathed. They're all going to have to pay. Once you get into that $100 million club, you are their guinea pig. You're there at their disposal. So they will figure out next how to use you and to further whatever agenda they have to further. And then I was listening to Corey, which is another famous comedian, and Corey is a bit disrespectful though. I don't like talking about people's children, and he goes in on Will Smith, his wife, the children, everybody, but he had some very valid points. At the end of the day, he said the same stuff that I think is that Will is very much a part of the machine. Yes, he's very much a part of the machine. He's very much a part of whatever agenda that's going on in there. And so is Chris Rock. They don't exist and you don't get prime time and a certain paycheck and a certain stage unless you are fully playing ball. And them two are fully playing ball. So, with that said, I still stick to what I said before, that it's all planned. It's all planned. And it was all about exactly what I said it was about. Will Smith is unable to attend Oscars. First, they said he'll be banned for 10 years. And he said, hey, I'll just go ahead and retire. I'll just go ahead and resign from the academy. People are wondering, what does that mean then, resign from the academy? Some people are saying, oh, that's harsh, that they're going to ban him for 10 years. Well, he boycotted the same Oscars for 7 years. It was 7 years before he went back to the Oscars. 7 years before he went back to the Oscars. Why would they ban him? Trying to set an example, but not revoke the gold statue they gave him. That would have been the easiest thing to do. If you really are going to stand on principle, like you said, because they released a statement, right? I'm going to read through this real quick, but they released a statement. Oh, we apologize for the night when things happened because it was unprecedented and it took us off guard as well as it caught everybody else by surprise. So come on, stop it. You guys are in showbiz. You've seen all kinds of craziness happen at times when it was not supposed to happen. You are prepared, beyond prepared for everything and anything. Okay, so let that fly by whoever you want to sell that to, but I'm not buying it. So anyhow, Will Smith won't be. Will Smith is unable to attend the Oscar ceremonies for the next decade. People are like, "Oh my God, he's banned for 10 years." 50 Cent was joking about it and saying, "Damn, that means he's 53 now, so he'll be 63 when he comes back to the Oscars." That's not fair. Other celebrities, movie stars are saying, How come y'all let it took you guys 40 years to ban a known pedophile, but it took you one slap in a few minutes to ban Will for a decade? This isn't right. This is too much, right? So they're speaking up on his behalf and all this stuff. Everybody is in it playing the game. Will Smith is unable to attend the Oscar ceremonies for the next decade, but under the award show's rules, he can still earn nominations and he can even win. This is right here in People magazine. Under the award show's rules, he can still earn nominations and he can still win. On Friday, and remember, this is his first Oscar, and him resigning from the board. You know how the Grammys is selected? And you have to have someone on the board at the Grammys in order for your stuff to be considered or whatever. So he was a part of that, right? He was a part of that, and still never won until now. And again, if they banned him for a decade, please remember that he banned himself already for almost a decade to prove a point. The same Oscars that he called hashtag Oscars so white. On Friday, the Academy of Motion Picture Art and Science Board of Governors decided on a repercussion for Smith due to his behavior at this year's March 27th ceremony when he got on stage and smacked the daylights out of Chris Rock, smacked him in the face during the show. Smith took issue with a joke that Rock made about his wife and blah, 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 all this other stuff. Did y'all see they're digging up more stuff? Some old interview where Jada said she should have never married Will, or she didn't want to marry Will. And, people are so invested in Will and Jada. It's like, oh my God, how could she say stuff like that? Like, he deserves better. And they have you so confused, you don't even know if 1 minute you should hate Will Smith, and the next minute you should love Jada, and the next minute you should hate Jada and love Will, and the next minute you should. Then people are so invested in their relationship. Like 1 minute it's I hate him, the next minute it's he's crazy, the next minute is oh my gosh I feel for him. He's not crazy. He just has a crazy wife. He's going through it. And next minute it's like they have you where they want you, man. This is the new form of a movie. They put out a movie without even putting out a movie. And I have my phone, so I'll show you while that report came out what they were doing yesterday. Okay, so if you feel like they're bothered, I think people out here are more bothered about this than Will and than Will and Jada are. Will and Jada ain't really bothered about this. So the action we're taking today, the Academy says, is for Will's behavior, is a step towards a larger goal of protecting the safety of our performers and our guests and restoring trust in the Academy. We also hope that this can begin a time of healing and restoration for all who are involved and impacted. It was a damn slap. They act like gunshots went off and somebody got shot in there. And so this is Will and Jada yesterday. While you're over there, toughen up like it's your relationship. That's them yesterday. So this is a top designer. They're modeling for a top designer who designed these suits, the dress and the suit, and had Will and Jada fit them. Okay, so okay, does Jada look like she wants to spit at him? Does she, does she look like she wants to fight him? I love them. Official Fawn says, I love them. At Will Smith, at Jada Pinkett Smith, beautiful. And this is Demencio and Stefano and a whole Dolce and Gabbana team. This is Dolce and Gabbana. They're out here modeling Dolce and Gabbana outfits made specifically for them. While you out there living your regular life, yeah, probably got to empty out your whole bank account savings just to afford Jada's dress right now and Will's Dolce and Gabbana suit. And we over here really following the other side of media. They're in turmoil. They're going through it. She's just crazy. I don't think she really likes him. And they dig up some old interview. What's wrong with a woman saying, I really didn't want to marry him? If my wife said down the road, I really didn't want to marry him. I don't think I was ready for marriage at the time when we got married. I don't. Well, that's hindsight speaking. Yeah, that's hindsight speaking. They've been married for a long time. You see something else, right? Check this out. Remember when I tell people this? I says you don't. If you don't understand what forever means when it comes to marriage, then don't do it. Don't do marriage. If forever for you means there's a way out, I'm a cut if this happened or if that happened or if that, then don't do marriage because you're going to end up doing a divorce, right? It's a journey. It's a lifelong journey. And if you think about life and you think about humans and how imperfect we are, although we are perfect in design, but how imperfect we are, all types of stuff is likely to happen. You know, it's a road filled with so much unexpected stuff that is going to happen. Health going to fail. Stamina that you can't lose him stamina, it gone. She ain't uptight and tight and sexy no more like normal. And everything fades and everything changes. And the person who you're expecting somebody to wake up to you for the rest of your life, for the rest of life, every day. You again, mother. I can't stand your ass. I love you. It's this love you. You know, in marriage, people who last for life, some of them end up sleeping in different rooms in the house for years and that kind of stuff. So if I them the thing that but people romanticize marriage and make it feel like we're gonna be like just ravaging each other for in the relationship fresh on how everything going, and that's how you're supposed to be and you're gonna be that way for the rest of life. If that's if that's your perception of what it is, and because of that, I want to get married because I want that for the rest of life. Don't do it. You're gonna be so disappointed. You're going to be seeking the exit faster than you think. You hear me? You're going to be seeking the exit faster than you think. I know, so you go. That flame that burns, flickers and outs. And it gets dark and it gets cold. Yeah. And of course, people are going to be like, and that's why you have to put in work, SouFLo, and you have to keep it fresh and constant. Even that get boring. All right, because only so much time you can put in work and keep it constant and keep it fresh. And after a while, it's like, here is more steak again, and here is some more steak. But you love steak, honey. Here is more steak again. And see some more steak here. Oh, you want the steak rare this time, medium rare this time, boil it this time, cook it this time, put it in a soup this time, steak, and you're like, don't say raw steak to me again, please. But steak was your favorite meal. But marriage was your favorite thing. What happened? Well, no, stop. I'm just tired. I remember a wise man said, marriage is an institution for those who enjoy being locked in an institution. Think about that. So all we're doing is witnessing them. The game is to be sold, not to be told. That's pimping 101. All we're doing is witnessing them, and they control the narrative. I don't even think the August Alsina's thing was real. I think the August Alsina thing was planned to bring about Red Table. You heard me? Because when I saw Jada come in with Red Table, I was like, okay, Will is over here doing YouTube. And at the time when I saw Will doing YouTube, he didn't have much followers. And in no time, it's Will Smith, millions of followers, right? Jada went round with the Red Table. And I thought, damn, Jada doing Red Table. It's outside the, it wasn't doing so good in the beginning. And then boom, bam, two salacious, um, crazy stories, and everybody is tuned into Red Table now. So it's not, yes, things is not what they seem. Vil Herlock. They know about smoke and mirrors. They know about smoke and mirrors. They are selling you their life, but they control the narrative. And hey, we can improvise at this part. We can go a little extra right here. I could imagine them two sitting at home and she is like, okay, so tomorrow you have to, well, listen. And you know, we'll laugh a lot. And she was like, listen, stop. Pass me the wine. Listen. So tomorrow, right? Tomorrow you gotta really act like it hurts because you have to sell this. Okay. And he's like, okay, remember when Will was sitting at the table and Jada was like, Will said, well, I thought we were, I thought we were almost broken up. And Jada was like, almost? No, we were. And Will was like, and he did that face like he wanted to kill somebody and cry at the same time. Orchestrated, well planned, well planned. I don't fall for any of it. I don't fall for any of it. I mean, big up to both of them, and I'm enjoying the ride too. And for those of you who wanted me to join you on this journey, I am on the journey with you, enjoying it. But understand that I'm enjoying it as a joke. I'm enjoying it as entertainment because I pay attention to more than one places. I don't just go where they send me. Most people go where they send them, so they're like, "Oh, look, they're enemies. See, they're fighting over here." But I'm like, "Yeah, but look over here on People Magazine. This is today. They just got outfits by Dolce and Gabbana. They're modeling for Dolce and Gabbana together today. Do you see how she's looking at him like he just ate her alive backstage before they came out for this shoot? And he looked like he about to go in for round two. Like they look like they fighting to you. They look like they're stressed to you. Yeah. Money I run. Okay. They're getting their money in and they'll be just fine. Now, just the fact that he's banned for 10 years, but he could still be nominated and he can still win, what does that tell you? And also, the Academy did not take back his award. If they really wanted to set an example, they would have brought a lawsuit because they can do that. They would have taken back that statue. Matter of fact, he would not have gotten it that night. That would have been the biggest example ever. Listen, Will Smith would have won tonight, but given in light of whatever just happened, security, can you escort him out the building, please? Okay, we're not gonna stand for this. We don't stand for violence, and they would have pulled. Oh, he's a black man in Hollywood that we do not control. We get a little piece of real estate to play on there, and even then, we are told how to act and play on that little piece of real estate in Hollywood, right? So for you to think that he would go on them people that stage in a them prestigious event where he has been a board member for the longest and still couldn't even win an award, him couldn't even select himself. Him, for Will wanted one award. He wanted that award so bad. That was a validation for him. It's like having hit records, but you've never won a Grammy. And then you have all these other artists that are like, yeah, whatever. I have 4 Grammys. I'm a 4-time Grammy winner. Bookings gone up, prices turn up. Will wanted that Oscar so bad just so he could put it on his resume, so he could say, "This is Will Smith, Oscar award winning Will Smith," you know? And he finally got it. But he had to pay the price for that hashtag Oscar so white and taking a stand against the Oscars for the years that he did. It was 7 years. Believe it if y'all want to believe it or not. So, anyways, as Dave Krieger, Turner Classic movie host and entertainment expert explains to People magazine, Will Smith's punishment is not as severe as a lifetime ban from the Oscar ceremony, but it's still a steep price for him to pay, he said. He is still eligible. Did my computer just start all over again? Come on. I can hear my daughter crying, which is kind of throwing me off. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so he's still eligible. Punishment is not as severe as lifetime ceremony, but it's still a steep price for him to pay. He's still eligible to be nominated for the Academy Award, and anyone who works with him in any movie that he acts in is also still eligible. So none of his projects, and they put out, oh, so and so just pulled his project and has it on freeze. And listen, if you want something to sell, act like it's illegal. If you want something to sell, act like you're going to ban it. If you want something to sell, like a movie, act like this movie is not going to get to come out because Will did what he did. So the movie production company has it on hold pending what? They're not doing nothing. They're going to let the movie out regardless. They spent millions of dollars filming that movie and paying Will to act in that movie. He already got the check. Remember, they don't get paid after movies go to box office and generate money. They cut that check for Will to learn those lines, travel to that location, and film that film. So all those films, all those films that are already shot and are waiting to be released, and oh, they're pulling this movie. Will already got his money for all those movies. It was $22 million he got paid to do this one. That $22 million already in the bank. The movie already filmed. Y'all can do what you want to do with it. Shelf it. I don't care. Whatever you want to do with it, that's fine by me. Or you're gonna have to try to recoup your $22 million that you paid me. So it's best for you to release the movie. Now, if you release the movie and it's really good, guess what? The Academy says I'm still able to win an award for the movie. And I played my ass off in that movie. So more than likely you're gonna see me again. Right? Come on, man. It's all smoke and mirrors, my friend. About steep price for him to pay. But adds Krieger, I highly doubt. Krieger says, I highly doubt you will hear his name called as a nominee in the near future. Smith has one upcoming project already filmed, and his Apple TV thriller, Emancipation, directed by Antoine Fuqua, Training Day, the same person who did Training Day. That's about to be a dope movie. And it's about a man who escaped slavery. And it was expected to debut before the end of 2022 and be a likely contender for a next award season, especially coming off Apple TV's Best Picture win for Coda this year. So it already won Apple TV Best Picture win for Coda for this year. That made Apple TV the first streaming service to win that honor off of that movie. that Will has coming out. So you think they're gonna shelf that movie? Please. They talk that talk, but I'm not believing it. So for the person who says SouFlo, you believe now? No. I stick to what I said before. It's still a game. It's still a game. It's still all smoke and mirrors. And if you're buying it, you're buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. See it? Plus his Fresh Prince remake. His Fresh Prince remake. We'll just need to chill. Them dirty dog gonna get him good. He don't need to chill. That's the thing. He did you not get well, you probably think that it's all real. That's why you're saying that. He does not need to chill. Will knows exactly how Hollywood works. Most of them know exactly how Hollywood works. I remember when all those female actresses came out about Harvey Weinstein, right? And people were saying, "Well, how come none of you like said anything?" Especially there was one who went on to be really big. Quite a few of them actually went on to be really big. How come you didn't say anything until after your big movie came out or whatever? And you know what? One of them said that stuck with me. She said, I forgot who it was, but she said, because I wanted to make it. I wanted to make it in Hollywood. And because of who he is, he either can make you or break you. You know, if he says the doors are closed for you here, the doors are closed for you here. Okay. So they were able to play the game until they got what they wanted. I think it's the same thing. Like Will knows how to play the game, and he knows it's a game that you have to play. He has to play the game, but he don't mind playing the game because a ton of money comes from playing the game. He's that trophy kid. Will gave his long speech how he betrayed the Academy and deprived other nominee winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated of their extraordinary work because what he did that night overshadowed everything else and he took away the spotlight from everybody else. Chris Rock says, I'm not saying nothing until I get paid. Don't ask me about the Oscars again because I'm not speaking until I get paid. The question is, get paid from who? Get paid from who? And we'll leave that where it's at. We got this last 15 minutes piece that I think we should use to do this story on Courtney Taylor, which is an OnlyFans model that killed her black boyfriend, Obumseli, and if she's not arrested. Are you guys familiar with that? Obumseli. First time I heard the story was reported as a couple living in a high-rise luxury apartment, and I said, I bet he's probably some successful young real estate investor or attorney or something like that. And it turns out that she is the she is the OnlyFans model. You know, some females make a whole lot of money on OnlyFans, a whole lot of money. I seen one young lady buy a painting or ordered a painting of herself, and the painting was $450,000. So that's to give you an idea. And she wanted it to be the size of one whole wall in one side of her house, you know. And I thought, and she was like, you know, I'm so young, and it baffles me that I make this kind of money, you know, and I'm so not in it for the money because, as you can see, I buy this right here, and I'll make this money back before the week is over. And I thought, wow, She's making crazy money. 450,000 US dollars for a damn painting of yourself, a portrait of yourself. And she's 20 something years old. And she's like, I'm so excited to see what my future holds, because if I'm doing this at this age, I can't imagine what I'm might be doing when I'm, and she's basking in her glory and enjoying life, which she should. So when I saw the story first, I thought, I think this is a proper lead in. I wanted to show you guys this. This is a wedding reception first, just to put things in context. I won't play the music. It's Atomic Dog, Nothing But the Dog in Me. That song is playing in the background. I don't want copyright stuff, but Snowflake is getting married, and this is their reception, and this is how she leads her. That boy, happy as ever. This is how she leads her new husband into the reception on a dog leash, and brother man is enjoying and acting up. I wish I could play the music for you in the background. Feel how you want to feel about that. Let me find the album Selly. Okay, so here's album Selly now. When I first heard about album Selly, I thought to myself, so here's he and his woman. Shade Room has a good picture up. That's him and the woman, right? Him and his girl. All right. Apparently, they had a domestic dispute. She is now saying that she stabbed him out of self-defense. Investigators barely did any investigation. They asked a couple of friends. The friends have said, we've never seen them get violent or him get violent towards her, but we've seen her always getting violent towards him, right? All right. Here comes the black train, because black people are like, oh, hell no. Because if it was the other way around, white girl dead from a stab wound in a domestic dispute with her black boyfriend, you best believe that he would be incarcerated. He would at least be arrested and held until some investigation is completed or something like that, right? She wasn't. They came, they put handcuffs on her, she threatened suicide, they let her go. Seriously, she threatened suicide, they let her go. Their tears are powerful. You better read up about white tears, especially white women tears. She said, we're going to kill ourselves. And they take the handcuffs off quickly. Oh my God, we can't have our beautiful princess killing herself. But anyhow, here it is, right? Courtney is being treated differently because of her privilege as a wealthy white woman. Within 24 hours following Toby is his name, Toby Abumseli. Within 24 hours of Toby's death, the detectives on the case prematurely concluded that this was not a crime of violence. That this was not a crime of... Sir, this was not a crime of violence. The man was stabbed to death, and this was not a crime of violence. This is what the detective, within 24 hours, this was not a crime of violence, but the information provided is deficient, and the lack of transparency strongly suggests foul play is involved. Courtney acknowledges that Toby did not have a weapon, and she has no injuries to support her story of being in imminent danger. Additionally, Courtney still has yet to explain exactly what happened leading up to Toby's murder. We have every reason to believe that his death was the result of unwarranted and unprovoked violence. We want to see that justice is served. It's probably one of them cases. She found out that she wasn't the only snowflake that was getting melted, and she took it to heart. All this stuff I'm sharing with you, and you doing me like this, Toby. Y'all ever watch Roots? Kunta, no, Toby, whoosh. Kunta, no, Toby, whoosh. You know, Princess Warrior, get your green. About stick to the facts. Stick to what facts? Me and you weren't there. We don't know no facts. We know what we're reading. Get your membership. But stick to the facts. Okay, so what I want to go through is how everybody was riding with them because we're black and we're like, yo, it's a given. Wrong or right? Anybody in this section on this video see this happening any other way if this was the other way around? Do you think that he would be able to say, oh, I'm suicidal, and they would just let your black behind go after you just knifed a white girl to death? Hmm? No. So there's a video here of her out having a drink, chilling, a couple of days after, I believe it was 24 hours after. Shaka actually posted it, and it says, no, not Courtney Taylor out here having a drink at a bar 24 hours after murdering Toby. You think you would have that privilege? Pussy Galore says his black ass would be sitting in jail, which is the general consensus of all of us, pretty much. That's exactly what would happen, right? Okay. Everybody was riding until these started to be exposed. So Toby apparently, and this is why I said, have you seen Roots? Toby. Whoops. Nah, Kunta. Toby. In other words, they were trying to whip Kunta Kinte, which is the African name, out of that slave and make him accept the name Toby because Toby would be more acceptable as English name, right? All right. And it would show that he's broken. And he was like, nah, I am Kunta Kinte from the Kinte tribe of son. Whoosh, Toby boy. All right. This Toby right here kind of reminded me of after Kunta was broken and finally said Toby. But this is Toby generations later, comfortable being Toby. Apparently, this brother was all over social media and really was not into black women. Now, I'm not going to say that this justifies his death because it doesn't. I'm not going to say that you should use this and say, oh, I don't care because justice still needs to be served. But it's going to be kind of hard. Some of us clown ourselves so hard, right? Jaspin at Toby Abamseli, January 10th. Now they went way back, but still, it serves. Can't believe hashtag OOMF think I talk to black girls when I don't. The next one says OOMF. Black girls are born knowing how to shake their ass. Me, honestly, I don't care. They're not my type. The next one says, the way black girls disgrace themselves on TV. The next one says, well, some of that could be true. But I mean, you already started off bad with, I can't believe someone thinks that I date black girls when I don't. Black girls aren't the only ones who can cook in this world. The shade. Again, next one. Once again, I'm tired of these black girls in my government class. So he was in school at the time. And then there's another one that says, Martin show is just too funny. You know, the Martin show is just too funny. Gina be hating so much with her loud black self. Hashtag typical. Then there's another one that says, again, can't believe they think I talk to black girls when I don't. LOL. I love white people. At Tony Patroni. Shit. Me too, girl. And then there's another one. Now we go on to Twitter. There's another one. At Molly Man. White titties. You know when you have the greater than, less than sign in mathematics? And he says white titties greater than black titties. I'm just saying. Haha. And there's more. Damn. All the characters that I ever wanted to be for Halloween were always white. Ah, change me. Another one. It's funny when my buds think I get offended when they say a black joke. Probably the last person to care about that nonsense. LOL. My buds. No, I don't know about you, but I don't know about too many brothers that use the word buds to describe our friends. I know who use the word buds though. You know, it's funny when my buds think I get offended when they say a black joke. Probably the last person to care about that nonsense. LOL. Ah, boy. So, I don't know who came in here with this right here, but you got to go. All right. That's crazy. Yeah. So very, very much self-hating. Very much self-hating. Um, I don't know who came in here with that best cam hot girl fun BS. So, and of course, the Shade Room, if you go over the Shade Room and check it, they have the video of her when she was out. You know, she was out drinking, having a drink, and people ran up on her. And they were like, yo, you can't be you out here having a drink, looking so relaxed, not even a tear being shed. You just killed this man 24 hours ago. What is that at the wedding? What is that at the wedding? A dog? Yeah, at the wedding reception, it was that wasn't their wedding though. That was somebody else. I was just using that to set the stage to show you how we clown ourselves, you know, and we are willing to like completely turn our backs on ours and what is ours, I would say. And until it's too late, until it gets ugly, you know, until it gets ugly. Until it gets ugly. Somebody said, we? Yeah, we. That idiot spread in bed. Well, comfortable. But yeah, all that stuff that he said online about black women and Gina with her extra self, you know, loud, hashtag typical. I can't believe they think that I date black women when I don't. You know, he went the extra mile. He went the extra mile to make his snowflake feel good, and she killed him. Oh, he had a type. He had a type. Yeah. I know for a fact that if it was the other way around, he would be in prison. She's wealthy, but I don't know what wealth extent. I'm hearing that her dad is wealthy, but I'm also hearing that it's not her dad, it's her that's wealthy because of her millions that she's able to make from OnlyFans. So here you have a wealthy young Caucasian woman who says, don't forget Peter, right? Y'all saw what happened to the Jamaican dude, right? That went hunting with his friends. They invited him hunting and pull him up a gunshot. You notice nothing came out of that, right? Because all they said was he just lost control. He became scary. He just transformed on us. And we feared for our lives. We had to shoot. And the law justified it. Imagine that. How come somebody that you cared enough about to want to hang out with, what? He just suddenly just became this raging, crazy person that you guys had to pull guns out and gun him down, like multiple different guns being fired at him. And so many of y'all in there, and you couldn't fight this one man off. Everybody had to pull guns out and shoot. Kind of like the same thing happening here. She can very well get away with this. She can very well get away with this. I'm going to be following the story. I want y'all to go look up the story, and I want you to fill in the blank for yourself. Is her money hers? I know she has money, but is her father also rich? Because if her father is also rich and he's connected, then you already know what the rest of the story is, man. Just the other day, black female, remember the one that was hosting? Actually, it was two of them. One got found in some white man's apartment, some older white man's apartment, dead, and another one was hosting and had the another older white man come over to her apartment, and she ended up dead in her own apartment. All these people got away. All of them got away. If Ben Crump take the case, they're getting money. His family might get some money. That's about it. If Ben Crump take this case, I don't think. Nah. Then again, I've seen the Ahmaud Arbery case where Ben Crump did take that case, and we got 3 life sentences out of that. So could be. It depends on who, right? It depends on who takes the case. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you right now that black women just backed out. Because if you go Shade Room and look, it's like 16,000 and something comments over there. And not one of them is a good comment. Like, I don't care that he said all that about us. He's still our brother and he still deserves justice. Nope. All them black women now are like, really? Well, here what? Call Becky. See if she can handle this for your family. The closest I've seen anyone come to something that is remorseful or anything is a comment that said he didn't deserve this, but at the same time, this ain't our fight, so I'm out. He didn't deserve this, but at the same time, this ain't our fight, so I'm out. She stabbed up the man and killed him. And she does not have not one bruise on her. She didn't have not one bruise on her. And she is claiming self-defense. Yep. We're going to leave that one right there. And this will be it for us at the end of the morning. Big up on yourself. I got to go check on my kids and make sure everybody is okay. I told y'all before, people not feeling too good around here. Something's going around. But we'll be all right. Right? So for the rest of you, stay hydrated. Take your vitamins. Get some exercise. Go get some sunlight. And be careful. Be careful. It ain't always better on the other side. I'm out. Peace. Oh, no, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. I gotta say this. I gotta say this before I go. I wanted to say something before I leave. Listen, stop fighting and start flowing. I have to say this. Get it out the way. Stop fighting and start flowing. So, this is some meditation, right? Whatever you give your energy to is what's going to bother you. Like, you care about stuff. That's the only way you can be hurt, is if you care about stuff. I see our brother put up a video yesterday. He checked on his girl, she live in her own place, and he wants to go over to go have some time with her. And she's telling him that she's at work. I'm going to work. I'm busy. I gotta go to work. Well, his brother was sneak up. So he snuck around and he's videotaping and he's saying, yo, that woman, you're wicked, yo. Because listen this, and I want y'all to hear this for yourself, right? And he pushed the phone up to the window. And of course, you hear her in there, like that. And he's talking how wicked this girl is. And I said to myself, I said, the first thing first, no broke woman can have me feeling that way. No woman, period. Because it's her things if she want to get what she get what. I have to be so busy with my life that I don't have time to chase you to find out, are you telling the truth when you said you're going to work, right? I'm not going to be chasing you to find out, oh, I wonder if she lied. Let me go sneak up around there and find out. I firmly believe that whatever is done in the dark always come to light. That's what even keep me from doing nothing, because I eventually get exposed. See? So once you believe in them principles, because it don't only work just for others because you say it, it works for everybody, right? So, but I was saying to him that stop fighting and start flowing. Sometimes the universe is trying to rearrange stuff for you, and you're fighting it like, no, me want her, she me love, me want that girl, but the universe is showing you that, okay, lie to him. Open his eyes, lie to him, tell him say y'all go work. All right, bring the next man over there now, spread out. Yeah, make him beat up. Yeah, all right, here he comes. All right. And he's still gonna go over there and fight for her after all that, right? It's trying to move stuff out your way. There's probably somebody out there for you who would never do that because they're just not that type of person. So you're gonna kill up yourself for this type of a person when the universe is trying to move it out your way so you can get to another. So stop fighting and start flowing. So what we're doing this year is we matching, mirroring energies. You know how they tell you have to fight for what you really want. Sometimes some of the stuff that we're told and taught, we have to let some of that stuff go because it ain't no damn sense in it. Yeah, you have to work hard to accomplish things, but life ain't about fighting so much. You fight for things that are not yours, and you end up not getting them anyways. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't yours to begin with. So you fight up yourself and fight up yourself, and the universe is trying to like, yo, this is not yours. Move it over there, son. You're like, no, me, I chase it over there, so move it over there, so no, me, I chase it over there, so. And you end up disappointed. You end up hurt. You end up like, damn, I did all that and I still can't get. I'm going in again. It's not yours. Just flow with the universe. You tried. You did your best. It didn't happen. It wasn't meant to happen. Something else opened up. Oh, look at this. I didn't expect to end up here, but damn, this is what's up, right? So stop fighting and start flowing. I'm going to leave you with that one today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning right here on Morning Thoughts. Big up and bless up on yourself. I'm out. Peace.